been away from YouTube the last 2 months because I was deep in the Amazon jungle, far from the internet. That's where I spent time with the indigenous people, and they introduced me to death. I know this sounds crazy, so let me explain. The indigenous people gave me an ancient medicine called bufo, and it changed everything. Bufo is a sacred frog poison, also known as 5-MeO-DMT. It's one of the most powerful psychedelics on Earth. The shaman in the jungle gave it to me, and I literally experienced death. And after dying, I woke up from the dream we call life. I saw through the soul of creation, the illusion dissolved, and I met God. Now, I understand this all sounds insane, especially if you have no clue what DMT is. People will say things like, "Far from Weak left YouTube to go to the jungle and take frog poison? He must have lost his mind." But the opposite is true. I didn't lose my mind. I found it. I feel alive for the first time, enlightened. But let me tell you why I even left the internet to go to the jungle in the first place. The internet is a wild place. Things are moving fast. In the entirety of 2025, I was studying artificial intelligence. I felt so threatened by AI that I obsessed over mastering it. But now, after my experience in the jungle, I understand why I felt so anxious. You see, when I was a little boy, I was weak and grew up in violence. I learned very early, the powerful dominate the powerless. That's how this world works. So my relationship with feeling fear is to go on the attack, and AI triggered this inside of me. If you've ever experienced violence in your upbringing, you know the feeling of being weak prey, being the hunted one. I cannot stand the feeling of being the hunted one. It triggers something inside of me, and with AI, it was no different. The potential of AI was so terrifying that it threatened the little boy in me. I felt like prey. So I went on the offense. I disregarded everything. AI was like a demon I couldn't get out of my head, so I wanted to make this entire channel about AI. My entire life turned into a mad obsession, but then I realized I was heading down the wrong path. So I returned to the basics, to God's creation, nature. I wanted clarity, so I returned to where life began, the jungle. I lived with the indigenous people and joined their traditions. I took their medicine and went on a deep spiritual journey. This experience opened my eyes. It awakened me. Now, some people turned against me during my absence. They hate me for stopping the uploads, so they call me names in the comments. But I don't care about them. They were never loyal to our movement anyways. If you know me, you know that everything I make comes from the heart. I don't do this to be a mere content machine. There is a soul behind this channel, just like you have a soul, and just like there are souls in our movement. This is what matters to me, and me spending time in the jungle and taking the sacred medicine woke me up to reality. I now understand what truly matters. AI cannot replace human connection. It cannot replace creativity, not spirituality, not brotherhood, and certainly not family. Everything that makes the Far From Weak movement real cannot be touched by AI. The wrong path was for me to abandon everything and obsess over learning AI. The right path is to focus on the things that cannot be touched by AI, to focus on our brotherhood and our soul connection, and to build something for our movement in real life. I feel light, calm. I no longer feel threatened by AI. I am back with clarity and purpose. When I think about it, it's always been a lot easier for other YouTubers to stay consistent because they monetize their audience. Their channel is like a job to them. For me, I do this from my soul. I don't sell anything. The downside of that is that when I lack purpose, I lack consistency. But no more. I am awakened now, and the path is clear. Thank you for your trust and loyalty towards me. I have deep love and gratitude in my heart for the movement. I had to die in that jungle so that I could be reborn. And now I've returned with purpose. We are far